Verse 5. From the mastery of that samyam or threesome of dharana or contemplation, dhyana or meditation, and samadhi or enlightenment, arises the splendor, the light of prajna, true knowingness, wisdom, or higher consciousness. It is not just knowledge. Prajna or pragyan, whatever, there are two different ways of pronouncing it. Pragyana or prajna, whatever, is not just knowledge. It is true knowledge. It is the knowledge of your true self, who you are. You are having this body, I am having this body, this is my nose, these are my ears, but who am I? We are used to referring to this body as my body easy. We are used to referring to our brain as our brain, or mind as our mind. But we are also used to referring to our soul. So like, body, mind and soul. It's a misnomer a little bit. Because if you are saying your soul, then again we come to square one. Back to square one, who are you? If you have a body, you have a mind, and you have a soul now. Fine. You can keep on adding. I have a soul, I have a body, I have a mind, then who are you? You keep adding, I have a spirit. I have a ghost. Keep on adding one more phrase. But at the end of the day, you come to the same question. Who am I? Who am I? So, by doing all this thing, you get the true knowingness, the wisdom about your true self. 6. This pragyan or wisdom must be applied on the ground, meaning in day-to-day living. This is called Viniyoga. This implies that the practice of certain postures and breathing exercise alone are not enough. One must live yoga and diligently and holistically practice all the limbs. We keep hearing in the West, it is becoming very common. Now the East is learning from the West. Let's do the mat yoga. No problem, we can do other things later on. We start with the mat yoga. Now, Patanjali will not approve of that. And he is the master. He has systematized yoga. He will not approve of that. He is talking about Ashtanga yoga. There was somebody who said, I am learning Ashtanga yoga. I said, do you know what is the meaning of Ashtanga? He was never explained. Ashtanga are the 8 limbs of yoga. We have already covered 5 limbs in the earlier weeks. Now these are the 3 other limbs. All these are limbs. They are not stages. Limbs means all these limbs are part of us. I've got 2 hands, I've got 2 feet, 2 legs, I've got 1 head. All these are equally important. You cannot go slowly. You cannot tell me that you love only my legs. I cannot tell you, I just love your face. I don't love anything of yours. I just love your face. It doesn't happen that way. Either you take me full, whole, either I love you fully, or I don't love you. There are people, I keep hearing things which are very funny. I like you, but I don't love you. What is that? Or vice versa. I love you, but I don't like you. Now this is something like. Sorry?
Cannot be. I love you. I don't like you.
Yeah, cannot be right. Yeah. Yeah. But there are phrases. I mean, I love him so much, but I hate him so much. Now Patanjali says, please decide, you love or you hate. Either you like and love or you don't, 8 limbs are all the different parts of our body, and they are all equally important. So you cannot just pick one. I just want to do asana. 200 hours, I got certification. I am a yoga teacher now. Patanjali will say that piece of paper, that certification is not worth toilet paper. Toilet paper you can still use, that certificate you cannot use to clean yourself. So It is about living yoga. Nobody, if you want to make it into a profession, you want to make money, fine, that's your problem. But nobody can actually certify you as a yoga teacher. This person who is certifying you, he should be controlling you from morning, the moment you wake up, until evening, and he should watch you. Are you living yoga? Is your lifestyle according to yoga? And then only you can teach yoga. In the olden days, it was like that. It was like that. You have to be yogi. So you cannot be a yoga teacher, but you can be yoga acharya. Acharya means one who is giving example, who is teaching by example. I am living yoga, and if you are inspired by my life, then I can be called acharya. And I will not be calling myself acharya. You have to call me acharya if you are inspired. If you are not inspired, I am not acharya. I could be acharya for somebody here, and I may not be acharya for you because you are not inspired by me. So I am teaching you this. If you are not inspired, I am not acharya. You should be inspired, and only then. So it is not a matter of getting certified. It is a matter of being inspired and living yoga. That's why we call this live yoga. We are on the 7th. Those three, samyam or threesome of dharana or contemplation, dhyana or meditation, and samadhi or enlightenment, are the internal limbs related to the mind or the mental, emotional faculties and intelligence. Now, we have covered 5 other limbs. There are 8 limbs. 5 other limbs are about discipline of the body. These 3 limbs, dharana, dhyana and samadhi. Contemplation, meditation and enlightenment, this is something to do with your mental faculty. Hence, distinct from the others, implying the other 5 limbs of yoga are related to the body and physical senses. However, this does not mean that these 3 are more important than the other 5, and that one can directly practice these 3 by passing all other limbs of yoga. All the limbs of yoga are equally important, just like the external organs of human body are as important as the inner ones. These 3 are the inner, the analogy given is beautiful, they are like the inner parts of your body, just like your heart, your intestine, your lungs. But the body is also important. You cannot just have your heart without the body. You cannot just have your lungs without the body. So all these disciplines given, the 5 limbs of yoga, are equally important as these 3. And those 5 limbs of yoga are connected with your dietary things, with your lifestyle, what you have to do, how do you have to live. All those things are equally important as these 3. 8. However, even these 3, dharana, dhyana and samadhi, are but outer limbs or features of the state of nirbij samadhi or seedless enlightenment. Even these 3 are just the initial steps toward higher enlightenment, which is called nirbija. Nir is without, bija is seed. So there is another enlightenment, Patanjali says, where there are no seeds. Let's get to that.